My bad. That's a blooper. Stephon Diggs and that mother getting on the trial.
And we're back with another episode of the Fold podcast, man. It's your brother Khalid back with another one. How's everybody doing, man?
Man, I feel great, man. I'm glad to finally be back on the pod. A lot of stuff to definitely address, man, but I'm glad to be back with my brothers, man. How about you, CJ? How you feeling, big
Man,
guy?
I'm good. Party Artie. It's good to be back on the show. It's been about 2 months since we've been doing it.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of stuff going on, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of positive, good stuff going on. How y'all doing mentally, though? We ain't checked in a minute. Khalid don't like picking up his goddamn phone.
Hey, man. I just been busy lately, bro.
Yeah.
More busy than I usually would be. Just taking care of things. Fixing a lot of mistakes that I made. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Fixing them so
What
I
the
can.
female say? It's like that tea.
I'm yeah.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? Fixing a lot of mistakes that I made so that I can transition. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
talk to
Transition into what I'm trying to do next. But mentally, bro, I've been good though. You know what I'm saying? I'd say probably about an 8. You know what I mean?
I told Mike.
Probably
That's
about an 8. You know what I mean? I can't really complain too much, man. Just working on myself, working on things that I want to do. You know, we could get into that later on in the podcast. But yeah, man, you know, I've been a little busy and haven't been picking up the phone as much. But you know, soon we'll be back to regular scheduled programming. You know what I'm saying? Inshallah, God willing.
Yeah.
Me mentally, man, probably better this week than I was in previous weeks. I'm probably like a 7, strong 7.5 right now.
Okay.
Because you go into those certain stages of life and things is kind of stagnant, not moving. And it's like you know what's going to happen in the future. You want to like speed up and get there. But just the waiting period kind of just waned on me a little bit mentally. But having a strong group of friends and brothers, man, has really able to elevate me and not keep me in that space too long. So I think I'm really privileged to having the right people in my circle to kind of uplift me. Of course, my wife is great, but it's having my brothers and my peers do that as well, kind of uplift me out of that kind of funk I was in. But as of right now, man, everything is in motion that I want it to be in motion. I just got to be patient and have faith with it. But mentally, when you have those moments when you're alone, it's like, damn, like how did I get to this point? It's like that kind of messed me over, but I'm better I am this week than I was the previous weeks, about 7.5.
Damn, 7, that's good.
Yeah.
I can't cap, man. Since the last episode, I've been on cloud 9. So I'm probably at I'm probably at a 9.5, almost 10, bro.
Hey, bro, that's love.
I can't complain.
Yeah.
Throughout the journey, and as we're gonna talk about today a little bit about the transition, and I haven't exposed what I'm doing yet because it hasn't been announced publicly.
Okay.
So I'll still keep it under wraps for now, but I'll put it out there. But I think the main thing that's helped me get to where I am is just realizing what do I really need out of life. And, you know, I know it popped up the other day when I said, you know, when you sent me the invite to collaborate with our brand and understanding what was really important throughout, you know, that mental fog that I had for so many years, pointing the finger and not doing enough, pulling the thumb. But throughout that journey, it gave me an opportunity to see like what's really important about waking up every day. You know, a lot of times we lose sight of, oh, we got to go get the money, we got to go do this, we got to go do that, and it's like, man, shit, I learned how to just be where my feet is at, and I'm gonna tie it all together for you, man. I know you said that you getting impatient, and you really want to get to that next level, but bro, I can tell you, bro, throughout my journey, I've always wanted to get to the next thing, and I never, when people come to me and they say, Kurt, you remember back when you da-da-da-da-da, and the moment was so big for them, but I made the moment so small for me that I forgot it.
Man, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
So take this time to really understand who art is and be where your feet at, bro, because you talented, bro. Like your talents, they not gonna go nowhere. Like I always thought the opportunity that I got, I thought it was over with. I never would have thought I would have got this opportunity again.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it came back around year 4. 4 years ago, I had the same opportunity and I turned it down.
Yeah.
But I don't think I was mature enough to even.
That's it right there.
Take that on. And I mean, you're not running out of time, bro. I mean, timing is an illusion. You get to where you need to get to when you're going to get there, bro.
Yeah.
And I want a lot of shit right now, but I'm just being where my feet is at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't beat yourself up, bro, because everybody every day you're going to walk into something that's going to try to kick your ass.
Absolutely.
And you need all hands on deck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm with that.
Yeah, that's a great point. Right now, bro, in my life, there's so many things that I want, but I'm really just learning to manage the things that I have.
Yeah, come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's big, bro.
And you would be surprised how much we overlook that we have in our day-to-day lives. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I think when the things that we're striving for are delayed a little bit, there's something that we need to get out of that moment that we're in. You know, so I've been just doing some of the most simple things lately, bro. Like just making sure I just keep the house clean. You know what I'm saying? Making sure I don't come home to a messy house, just so I can prepare for the things that I'll need to manage that are going to be bigger than that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, when the time will be, when I'll have a lot less time to focus on some of those things. You know, lately I've been being very intentional with my prayers too. And not just, you know, everybody gets down on their knees and prays, but I mean just simple things like just thanking God when something happens that is easy in my life. You know, like we got a this is like such a small example, but we got a door to the building that I usually go up instead of going up the elevator because it's closer to my unit or whatever. Since I moved here, the little scanner for the key fob, it hasn't been working. You know what I'm saying? I told them, hey, can y'all get it fixed or whatever the case may be? They still haven't got it fixed. But lately, before I walk up to the door, I'll just pray. Simple. God, please let me get into this door because it's way easier to go. And it's been working. You know what I'm saying? But I'll see other people go and try to scan their key fob and they can't get in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just in those very small moments, just being appreciative for what God has blessed me with. You know what I'm saying? Before I got to where I'm at today, because I was speaking earlier about fixing a lot of the things that I messed up, I never took any big losses in life. You know what I'm saying? These last few years have been the most losses that I've ever taken. Everything else has come so easy for me, so smooth. Got into trucking, easy. Started making money, easy. Making thousands of dollars a week, easy. And then all of that stuff started to slow down. And lately I've been just reflecting on like, what did you do? You know, obviously there are some things God wants you to slow down with, but what did you do in these moments to mess those things up? And just being mindful of those things. And I was thinking to myself the other day, when I had everything that I really could have asked for, I just wasn't grateful. I wasn't appreciative of it. I thought I was, you know what I'm saying? I do my little charities and things of that nature and try to give back information, but how many times did I really sit here and thank God for what he blessed me with? And I was thinking, I was like, bro, I wasn't doing it. I just wasn't doing it. Even though as a Muslim, we pray 5 times a day and all of these different things, but just really being grateful for the moment that you're in. You know what I'm saying? So when you say, you know, just standing where you are, you know, planting your feet and just being mindful of what's going on around you instead of trying to always look for that next thing. That's what I've been doing lately. You know what I'm saying? Before, got into the trucking industry. Cool. What's next? All right, now I want to buy my truck. Okay, cool. Bought property. What's next? Like, everybody else around you is looking at these things as these huge things, but you're so goal-oriented and wanting to get to that next thing. Once you get it, you're not even grateful for it.
Shit, not fulfilling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, I've owned property. Now I'm back to an apartment, and now I'm just trying to be appreciative of these things. You know what I mean? And just sit in that moment until the next thing is, until I know that the time is right. You know, I'm still working towards what I want to achieve, but I'm having more balance of being focused on my future, but also being grateful for the moment that I'm in as well. You know what I'm saying? So.
I can attest to that, bro. There's been plenty of times, bro, where I have been so goal oriented throughout my life that prime example, bro. Like, I'm gonna just take my kids for example. When my wife was pregnant, I wasn't even present, like mentally, physically, emotionally, none of that shit. Like I was just worried about getting money and doing this, doing that. And it took me one day, I was like in the truck in like Tifton, Georgia, bro. Like in the middle of nowhere. I've been driving like all night. And I woke up and I was just, I guess sometimes y'all ever go to your photos and just kind of like just scroll and just see like what's in your phone. You done seen it 1,000 times, but a lot of times it don't register. Yeah. And like Cairo and Arby's baby shower popped up and all these emotions just hit me out of nowhere. I was like, I called wifey and I was like, hey babe, you know, I did not really experience what the baby shower was like until now. And my son was like 2 years old. Mm-hmm. And I felt so low, bro, because it was just like, I have all these freaking goals set, and I haven't even did anything to appreciate, like you said, what, like, giving birth and having kids, like, or getting your new house or your new car or whatever. Yeah. Excuse me. Or just telling your people that you love them and having a good phone conversation. I was just taking shit for granted. Yeah. And I've learned, like, throughout, you know, this process, like we talk about, I always talk about it, this process is so big because I was in a funk for about 15 years, man. And that's a long time to be in some shit. Yeah. And not really knowing who to go to, how to explain what you feeling like. It took me 15 years to really diagnose, like, what was going on with me mentally. A few conversations, the maturity, like, I don't ever think I took a L. I don't care how much money. I done spent probably over millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. And I really don't care anything about that because I got so much learning lessons and it taught me what was more important. Yeah. And like I got goals now, but it's like, okay, cool. You get it, you don't. Mm-hmm. I mean, I done did all this shit for what? Yeah, I'm the greatest X, Y, and Z, but when I go home, I'm empty. Mm. You dig what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be a millionaire, but it's gonna be the way I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't plan on missing out, you know, on everybody's lives to get to that neither. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to somewhere I can build, I can keep it structured, and whatever it throws at me, it's gonna be what it throws at me because that's the path I'm on. But I'll be able to handle that. But as far as just getting out here just chasing some money and just doing all that shit, I done it, and I ain't been fulfilled. I remember at one point I was making $40,000-$50,000 a week. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about me and baby was getting it. Oh yeah. And I thought that was the life. Yeah. And we doing less with more. I mean, yeah, we doing more with less right now than we was doing with more and more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm so thankful for it because, you know, I go home to a happy home. You know what I'm saying? Bro. I'm able to hang up that Superman cape. Yeah. And, you know, so that's why I tell people, like, he said all the time, be where your feet at, man. That's a cliche statement. No, that's real. Enjoy this moment. Like, I can honestly tell you everything I done did since I done been at home. Yeah. Because I'm actually enjoying the moment. Mm-hmm. I can be where I am. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, dog. And with me, personally, I heard something maybe a couple of days ago was fitting to where I'm at right now, which is, what are you striving for? What you know or what you want? Mm-hmm. So in this transition phase, it's like, which one scares me the most? And I should go after the one that scares me the most. Because I'm in a place where it's like, I mentor these kids and I'm telling them what to do, but then it's like, am I really applying what I'm telling them? You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm telling other people what's successful and all these type of things, but I know it's scary. So that's why I haven't applied that yet. So in this kind of stage of unknown for me, I know what I want. But I know it's going to take a decline in terms of the finances, a decline in terms of my time with the ones I want to spend time with, because I want to do this. If it was something I know how to do, like, you know, insurance stuff and all that type of stuff, I can do that easy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm bringing the money, but I'm not going to be fulfilled the way I've been fulfilled the last 5 months of my life. Mm-hmm. The fact I'm doing this podcast at 2:30 on a Tuesday, I could never do this in my life until this transition moment in my life right now. because I was always trying to climb the corporate ladder, trying to do things the right way, make this money so we can live the life that we want. I'm living so much better now than I was living that life, that 9-to-5 stuff. So all that to say, man, this transition part of my life has been very eye-opening. And there's other people that's doing what I want to do, so I kind of want to stay in their ears. I tell that what my students is like, I'm going to connect you with people that are doing exactly what you want to do, so you have the blueprint. And I'm doing the same exact thing now, man, because I like this freedom of able to make my own schedule, my own time. While still making the money doing that, I kind of working on that part now in terms of how can I turn this peace and this passion into profit. So I'm working on that right now, man. But all that to say, bro, when you talk about taking that Superman cape off at the house, that is something that I'd always needed and wanted, bro. Because when I go home, like Toya was over to the crib the other day, I give him his peace. And that's one thing my dad said for many years when he came home every night. He said, I want to come home to a peaceful home. I remember in my 20s and my teens, bro, when I was messing with the wrong people, it's bad when you leave a full-time job and you know the apartment's just in your name, just you. But you come home, all lights on, you see shadows moving around behind the curtain. I'm like, dog, like, why are these niggas in my house? You know what I mean? Because I'm just messing with the wrong people, wrong girls, whatever. And it's like, it's so stressful when you have a long-ass day and you go home and got to deal with some more shit when you get home. That's the last thing that you want, man. So having somebody that gives you peace, someone that supports you, someone's going to love you. It's like, I'm glad I got that better half that is supportive of my goals. No matter when my transition happens, that she can sit underneath the same dark cloud I'm sitting on and be there to support me, bro. That's been something that I never thought I needed, but I definitely need it, bro. So that's my quick synopsis on my transition, man.
No, you got to understand, bro. I tell anybody, you know, it take a certain type of person to be with a highly motivated person, bro. Because, I mean, I commend my wife all the time. I don't know. I could do it for somebody else, like if it's her, you know what I'm saying? But all the stuff that she didn't roll with me through, I don't know how she do it, because it's just like, at one point I was just so all over the place, and she was there all the time. Okay, babe, we're gonna do it. All right, we're moving here. I'm going. I'm just like, God damn. Like, you don't realize how much it really takes for another person just to be like, hey, I'm gonna jump on with you and I'm gonna ride with you. I mean, because, you know, I tell people all the time, I'm gonna ride until the wheels fall off. And I mean, that's what I like to do, but to see somebody else to do it for me is amazing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just because I'm one of those highly motivated people, I'm always think I got the next best idea, you know? So it's a difference, man, when you're doing it alone and when you got somebody you can say, hey, this is my accountability partner. And I totally understand exactly where you're coming from in that aspect. It's like it gives you a little bit more juice on those days where you don't have the juice to do it. You always end up trying to create something big. But, man, you just started your transition, bro. And you are where you are for a reason. And it's really to highlight your skills of what you're really good at. And it gives you the opportunity to diagnose what you do very well and very poorly. Yeah. And I mean, that's my job role now. Same thing. I see what I do very well and I see what I do very poorly. And so I got to work on my poorly to make that very well and make my very wells very great. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, bro, you're going to get to where you're going to need to be. And it's the same thing. Like, hey, I got to figure out, like, hey, I'm losing an income. I live in a whole nother state. I got a house here, and I got to get a house up there. Yeah. And I'll sit there and I think about it every day, like, bro, how I'm supposed to pay for all this? And it's like, it ain't for me to figure out. Because if I'm really a dog, like I say, I'm a dog, I'm going to figure the shit out. Yeah. Without nobody knowing, you know, what's really eternally, really eternal. I knew what I was signing up for once. Hey, I got a check, I got a letter in the mail. Hey, this date, this will be cut off. God almighty. Hey, but you hired over here. Right. Okay, God, what you doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, okay, so you gonna open that door like that? Yeah, man. I'll take it. Because now I'm back in my element. And so now the only thing, the worst, like I say, the worst thing about my transitioning now is I built something back here. Yeah. That I knew when I came to Ohio, I knew I wasn't gonna be here long anyway. And the whole reason I came back to Ohio, and I tell people all the time, it wasn't for the store. This transition was for me to heal. Yeah. because a lot of my trauma and turmoil came from this state alone. You know what I'm saying? Just moving up here 17, 18, not going the way I wanted, me blaming other people, me not being mature enough about the situation, deaths, you know, a whole lot of stuff. Not want to talk, macho man, ego, I don't need nobody, I'm self-made. You know, all this stuff I used to tell myself until I finally got my ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I've been looking at this whole picture wrong. Like my perspective is really, really messed up about like how I'm really viewing things. It's all egotistic. Everything that I'm looking at is all male ego. It ain't nothing spiritually about none that I'm looking into. This ain't really me. This is something that's created where I've created myself to be so numb to life that I don't even have feeling.
Yeah.
And that ain't the proper way to really live. And I think a lot of men, we do go through that because we only want to operate on the provide and protect side. And I don't really like operating like that. I like to be in tune with all my emotions so I know how what I'm carrying, or I can feel somebody. Now my discernment to life is totally different. I could be in a room, people like, I can't fool with that person right there. Why? The energy off. Like I can feel it now. You know what I mean? My discernment got a lot better. I mean, I'm just finding peace in the little things. You know, a hug from the kids, man. That's $1 million right there.
Yeah, man.
Like for my kids to call us, hey, when you coming home, Dad? Shit, I can't tell you the time I've ever called my peoples and wondering when they come home now unless I needed them to do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like my kids,
get something out of it.
Get something out of it. My kids like, hey, Pops, no, we gotta, when you get back home, we going to do this as a family.
Wow.
You know, they telling me what we gonna do. This the itinerary, Dad. This is the plan for the weekend. All right, what we doing? We going jumping. After we go jump, then we going to dinner. Then we gonna watch a movie as a family. All right, deal. Like so, I'm like, okay, well, see, they paying attention. They seeing what, bro. You know what I'm saying? They seeing what myself and their mom has been putting in towards them. So they big on the family thing. They want to spend the family. They want to have family dinners. They ask all the time, who's coming over for the family dinner today? I want such and such to come. They need to come. So I say all that to say, like, the only thing about my transition that I don't like right now, and my nephew said it best probably yesterday, is I've built what I built at home, and it's like, damn, I'm leaving it at a great point of where I built it, and I want to go home to my family every day. But right now, it's just not where it needs to be for me to be able to do that. Yeah. And my nephew was like, hey, bro, it might be time for you to just be on your own for a second. And I was like, what you mean? Like, I literally just, the greatest thing I've ever built is my family. It ain't been a business. It ain't me playing football. It's watching them kids running around and watching my wife go out the house glowing every day. Yeah. And I'm still glowing too. You know, I don't feel overwhelmed or overworked. But that's the only thing I don't like about my transition, man, is just been that. Being able to just to be by yourself and have an idle mind. And you already know how men get when we by ourselves. We start thinking all type of crazy shit. Yeah.
You could go.
I think of it as, I forgot who mentioned this. It was years ago when I heard this. In terms of a stagecoach, right? So if you are, of course, the man of the family and you're on that horse and you're guiding your family forward, your wife and kids, everybody else is in the back. And they don't know where you're going, they just know we're going forward. Yeah. But they're at the point where it's like, man, Dad's up there for a long time. We miss him. But if I happen to stop with that horse, I come back and spend time with y'all, we're not moving. Yes, you're spending time with Dad and all these fun things, blah, 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 but we're not going nowhere. So there always comes a sacrifice when it comes to greatness, whether it be vocationally, whether it be with your family, sports, anything. There has to be a sacrifice with that. So when you have your significant other that you chose and she understands the definition of a woman being the helpmeet to her man, even though I'm pretty sure with Toya, she's going to be strong for me, but she might go out to her girlfriends like, man, this nigga always gone. And she can be like that with her, but when she's around me, the support is there. So I know that I can go forward. I can be away from the house for a long time, but know that we are processing, we're going forward, not staying stagnant. I don't say that because that's how my father was with us. My dad was never home. He was always gone, but I know that he moved us out the trenches, and we got in that all-white neighborhood. You know what I mean? So I know it wasn't just due because we just got there, but I know that he was moving us forward even though he wasn't being there. Mm-hmm. So now seeing as an adult now, it's like, damn, I understand it now. It's like I can't sacrifice certain things in order to fulfill something else. So in this transition, man, like I'm going to be blinders on and I'm all systems go in regards to that. But I know in the future, we're going to be where we need to be. I just know I cannot stay stagnant. And then also when it comes to waking up in the morning, I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, it's like, if you don't wake up with a purpose or a goal, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you can't just wake up every day thinking everything is going to be the same. It's like, nah, you got to wake up with a goal and a purpose. Because you're not just waking up for yourself. Especially if you're a husband, if you're a father, you're waking up for other people that you have to provide for and you have to protect for. And also your friends too, man, because when I walk around, I'm images of y'all too. You know what I mean? Because I got plenty of people, talk to me. I'm like, man, that podcast, man, can I come on and be a guest? I'm like, I get that almost every other day about that. But I'm kind of standoffish with it, just to be honest with you, because I really want us to build something here first so we can invite guests on. But it's like people are watching this, man, and they're kind of getting the insight of what our lives are. Because really, like, I don't talk about like this at all. Now I'm thinking about it. It's like I'm really kind of putting my shit out in the air, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This is a real, like, therapy session, you know what I mean? But I know that there are other people that are going through the same exact thing that allows us to connect, man. But that's my little 2 cents, man. But go ahead, Khalid.
Yeah, I was just going to say, kind of touching on the tail end of what you were saying about basically being away from the fam and everything. Yeah. It just, when you said that, it just reminded me of the story of Joseph. You know,
man.
It's tied together. This makes sense.
Because that's what my aunt be telling me.
Listen, young grasshopper. Go ahead.
She be like, listen, you are my Joseph.
I'm telling you.
Go to the Bible. Turn to Joseph and read it.
You talk, go ahead.
I'll be like, God damn, go ahead and tie it together for your boy, man. I'm gonna have to go read this story, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You know, in the Quran, there's a whole chapter. It's named after Joseph. It's, in Arabic it's Yusuf, but for people, and there's like minute differences, but generally speaking, what I thought of when you said that was just, Joseph, because of his brother's jealousy and everything, he was forced to be out on his own for a period of time, and he was imprisoned, and in the Quran, in the story, there are these 2 men that come to him, and because he's a pious man, being a prophet of God and everything, and they ask him to interpret their dreams that they had. Yep. And God, gave him the ability to interpret dreams. And later on in the story, the prisoners, they get freed or whatever the case may be, and later on, one of the prisoners is speaking to the king at the time, and the king needs a dream interpreted. And that's when Joseph's name is brought up again, and this is how he was freed. And eventually him being freed, interpreting the dream is how he was reunited with his family. Now, why this relates to what you're saying, in my opinion, is, sometimes God gives us these skills, in life. Everybody has their own unique journey and skills that they have to utilize in their lifetime to achieve the thing God has set out for us. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we have to be separated from our families in order to hone those skills. Mm-hmm. And this might just be that period of time in your life where you got to have some separation. And then you got to go out and take these skills that you've built up. As you've been saying, every single thing you've done so far, the good, the bad, the ugly, has brought you to where you are today.
Facts.
And then this honing of the skills may be what reunites you with your family and puts you in an even better position. Yeah. Just like how Joseph was. You know what I mean? And that's just what I thought of when you just said that, bro.
I need to read it down.
Yeah. It's discomfort in it. I'm sure Joseph wasn't completely comfortable being in prison, being away from his family, but his faith never wavered. He never allowed his situation to break him. He continued to put his best foot forward and use what God gave him to achieve the most out of the situation that he was in, even though it was not a pleasurable experience. And because his faith was strong and he continued to be mindful of what God blessed him with, he was able to achieve even more than what he had before. And his family was reunited with him in the end. You know what I'm saying? So There's something to think about, bro.
I'm gonna go read that, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know if y'all, you probably can attest to this. Y'all real, man. You know, I guess when you build something, shit just feel good. Like it's got a good aura around it. It ain't got nothing to do with the physical touch, the sex, or nothing like that. It's just the energy that you created in the house that you and your partner can share. Bro, like I was reading something the other day, like basically just talking about how like the energy and like just being around the people that you really fool with, how different that is compared to the image that you got to uphold and when you got to go out in the goddamn real world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could just be at the crib, you could just be you. Or you know, everything is just smooth. But if you know you go out there in that world, it's not that you're scared to deal with it. It's like you don't want to deal with the shit. It's like, bro, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather just be here and keep progressing. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. I guess it's because of it's so far of the distance. Like I've been trying to build something where I don't have to always have to go so far to get some shit accomplished. I feel like everything that I've done is at least 7-8 hours away at all costs. Trucking 7-8 hours away. Playing football 7 to 2 plane rides away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, God dang. It's like, can I build something like where we're all together, or am I just gonna be that trailblazer that goes and builds the stuff and then the family just comes on? Transitions, which is cool. I don't have a problem doing that, but it's just like, damn. But right now, I don't even have any goals right now. I do have a goal, I can't lie. But now that I think about it. But right now, I'm honestly just being where my feet is at. Okay. And I am not going to make it no more difficult than that. And I'm going to just focus on my task at hand and just keep being me, bro. That door opened up. Like I said, God knows my heart. I know my heart. And I think, like you guys said, I'm going to have to read that story, though. The Joseph story, man. My aunt been telling me for years.
It's deep. That's probably one of my favorite chapters of the Quran because there's so many tests that Joseph went through, like other than just being in prison. I mean, the whole story, you got issues with jealousy. We all don't have people in our lives that was jealous of our successes. His relationship with his dad, when he, before he was put in prison, he had basically there was a woman that was trying to seduce him. So you got, that aspect of the story, then being in prison and who the hell wants to be in prison, you know what I'm saying? Right. Life is passing you by while you're stuck in this moment, in a situation that you didn't, necessarily choose to be in, but now you're here. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? And then eventually being freed and being reunited and, him being forgiving of the situation and just all the bumps that he went through along the way and his heart staying pure. It's just, there's a lot in that story, bro. That's, everybody could find something they could relate to in there. You know what I'm saying?
Something, you just triggered something in my brain when you said prison. Sometimes, bro, us as humans, and I don't know why this is just popped up, we don't have to physically go to prison.
Oh, no.
Speak on it.
You can be literally in prison in your own mind, and I also call it the walking dead. You can literally wake up every day and have like no purpose. Yeah. And feel empty. One of the tasks that I had while I was at the new gig, I had to go talk to about 12 juveniles on a Sunday. Some of these kids is getting trialed as adults, and they're only 16, 17 years old. And I think the thing that, and why I'm bringing it up, is you talk about the Josephs, these kids, before they even got in prison, their mind was already in prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my whole reason of saying all of this is because I've been there. I've been a prisoner for those 15 years of my life. I had been a prisoner, and I could never really understand what I was going through because I didn't want to understand it.
Right.
Because of that imprisonment of the mind.
Are you trying to figure it out yourself?
Yeah, I figured out a lot of stuff by myself, but it might not be I don't recommend it for everybody, but Khalid can attest to this, and because we just talked more in the morning, because that's when we have our best conversations. I get done with a YouTube video, and it'd be something that's speaking to me through a video that these normal questions that I ask people, nobody can give me the answer, so I kind of self-medicate.
Okay.
You dig what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing wrong with doing that, as long as you can distinguish real information. Cause your body knows when it's something real. You know what I mean? Like when you picking up on some BS. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of stuff that, me and Khalid will hop on the phone with it. It'd be just so mentally so deep, and you like, damn, I ain't even think about that. I ain't even put 2 and 2 together. Like, how did you get to there? And a lot of times, like I said, I believe we all playing the same game. We just got different character traits. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All of us, Khalid got married, and he's still going through that. You know what I'm saying? You're married, and you're still going through that. I'm married, and we're still going through that. You got your high highs, and, what I'm learning is to take them high highs and keep them medium high. You dig? Okay. Like by changing the perspective of it and not looking at it as always a loss. Like all that money and all those businesses that I done lost and opened, and that's not no loss, bro. Honestly, that stuff that helped me get ready for the gig that I'm at. Didn't even know it. Yeah. And within the next 5 or 6 years, ain't no telling what I can do or who I can become from the stuff that I done learned that I thought I done lost. Yep. Right now, if I was to 10X everything that I lost, where I'm going now, I can make that back in a year. Yeah. That's crazy work. Mm-hmm. when you thinking about it, like, you can do what? It's what you put your mind to, man. But man, that Joseph thing got me really locked in, bro. I think I'm gonna go ahead and read that because it's been too much.
Yeah, because I want to piggyback in terms of the being a prisoner in your own mind, man. Because that's very dark and lonely place, even though you might be around a whole bunch of people. You know what I mean? Because I think you said 15 years for you. For me, it's probably like a strong 9 years. From age 19 to 28 is a blur to the point where it's like I really didn't know what manhood was about yet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So there's so many things that I did not know what prepares you to be a man. It was like, protect, provide, bills, your name, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't any of the mental aspects of it. It's like what comes with being a provider and a protector and paying for everything and working 9 to 5 to all those things. I didn't get the mental aspects of that. You know what I mean? So it's like I was in bad relationships, had bad friendships, had bad jobs. Everything was just bad. Mm-hmm. And you think rock bottom is you can get below rock bottom. That's where I was at. Mm-hmm. Family fell out, kicked out my parents' house. I was just out here in the streets, right? So it's like, what prepares you for that? Nothing does. Mm-hmm. So learning from trial and error is probably the worst way to learn, in my opinion. Learning from your own mistakes. I didn't have the opportunity for someone else to come to talk to me. Hey, man, this is what I did when I messed up. Don't do this. Or this is what I did that actually worked. Do this. I didn't have none of that. So the fact that I always tell my students, other people, so I didn't become a man until I was 28 years old. That's when I finally figured out, okay, this is what manhood's supposed to be. But now I'm in the stage on this side of the table, I can say to a 14-year-old, this is what you can do, and you can be 14 years ahead of what I was at.
For sure.
That's how I feel when it comes to manhood. Yes, you might not be my son or my child, but you're still a man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Second of all, you're a black man, so I'm definitely tell you what you can expect when you hit certain ages, because I fumbled and went through all those things so you didn't have to. Yeah. And that's how I feel that fatherhood should be. That's just my opinion. It's like whatever I went through, I should be able to give that to my son because he's going to experience this situation. I want to make sure he at least has an option. Instead of just have a one-way street, have a fork in the road. Have a four-way intersection. Mm-hmm. They give you different ways that you can actually be successful in this thing, but if you fail, this is how I recovered from it. Mm-hmm. So I could have really avoided those 9 years, but those 9 years got me to where I am now. Yeah. The shit that don't kill you make you stronger, that's very true, but it's like I could have been way ahead of where I am right now if I would have known these things. All that to say, man, being a prisoner of the mind really, really, really sucks. My advice for that is to find people that don't just trust, but hold you accountable to things. I've certain a lot of people's stuff I want to do that I get no accountability with it. It's like, keep me in check. Like, make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So if Kurt said I'm going to X, Y, and Z, next week, Kurt, you doing X, Y, and Z? Versus 2 months later and just checking in on. He's like, nah, make sure I'm on my shit too. You know what I mean? And I feel that's how I build very, very strong relationships and my foundation. So I'm not going to be in the funk for a day. I can just reach out to my little group chat, blah, 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 blah. I'm getting all the love and support and feedback I need and the accountability. So I'm not worried about that. I can keep moving on. So I have to be another prisoner in my mind, man, because that isolation, and I can be a prisoner in my own home that I be paying for. You know what I mean? If I'm stuck in my ways.
No doubt.
But if I got a strong group of guys, man, that keep me together and locked in, you're going to be cool.
You got to understand too, bro. When you, it's a difference between, I don't care what nobody say, bro. You know when you got a calling on your life, bro. Mm-hmm. You know when you got that spiritual guide over your life, bro. You feel it when you wake up. And when you don't got it, you feel empty. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
I don't know what we call it God. Some people might call it good energy, whatever it may be. I don't care what it is. Mm-hmm. But you know, like it's funny because a lot of my guys that I hang out with, they're the chosen ones of their family. They're the glue that holds everything together. And if something was to happen to them, that family's gonna be messed up. And us three are those people right now of our families that everybody comes to, wanted to talk to, and it seems like we got a lot more knowledge than the average 30 to 40-year-old man, because we do a lot of research, a lot of studying. And it's like, bro, I realized that we're going to be those trailblazers, and the road that we get is so dope. We might not get what we want right now, but we always end up winning. And it's always some good winning too. And it's what we need. It's not necessarily what we want. You know, be like, God dang, I needed this. You know, that's a better feeling than say, I got what I want. The better feeling is, damn, I really needed this. When that comes, boy, like, that's way better than I got what I want. Yeah, you worked your ass off, but you missed a ton of other things because, yeah, you got what you want. But just because you got what you want, like we talked about, you might not necessarily need that at that time. Yeah. So, man, damn.
And what gives me great satisfaction is when y'all win.
Bro, all the time.
You know what I mean? Because when you are along somebody's journey and you know where they have been and where they're going and where they are, I won too. You know what I mean? Because I don't know why I got emotional while you were saying that, but it's like I am the glue when it comes to everybody I'm involved with, man. Like, I'm the check-in guy, I'm the call, I'm the accountability, I'm trust, I'm loving, I'm all that type of stuff. So when you say that, I was like, damn, that's me. Like, where would my close friendships and relationships be if I wasn't there? Or who is that other person I can say that is comparable to me that gives that same type of energy? And just saying that because, man, it's like when it comes to being a trailblazer, when it comes to being a leader of the family, it's like I'm still trying to absorb and get used to that because I'm an only child. So I don't think I had a choice. I had to be him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm my father's namesake. I'm the last Poindexter man in our family. You know what I mean? So if like God don't mess with no kids, then I'm the last one. So I always feel there's always that pressure on me. But I know I have, with someone waking up in the morning, that energy, like I know what my purpose is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I always ask people, what is your purpose? Not just why are you here, why are you alive, but what is the talent, the skill, the purpose that God gave you that you're able to fulfill every single day? Mm-hmm. So that's what gets me up in the morning, pause. But
I about to say, bro, you supposed to already be up, man. Hey, I'm talking about old lady supposed to think I got
man,
TP in that,
but all that to say, dog, I completely agree with you when it comes to our stance as man, our families, as being the ones, also being the ones that I love when my people win. Mm-hmm. Me getting my goals achieved and successes is great. But when my friends and my loved ones win, I just feel 10 times better because I love seeing other people succeed. And I can actually bottle that in. Like, okay, Kurt did it this way. We talked about, okay. So I ever have a motion to go towards something else, it might be something different, but the steps that Curtis took, the steps that Khalid took, if I take those same steps, I'm pretty sure I'm going to win too. You know what I mean? It's all about just doing, because that's the hardest thing, is just to go and also to be consistent in the going. You can go once and make it there. Like when it comes to like people's, diet and exercise, it's like once you hit your goal, okay, I got that part, but it's even harder to stay there. You know what I mean? So just like a last analogy, like Steve Harvey talked about how, not too many people can do 100 push-ups in a row, right? So once you get to that 100, and then you have to hold it. You know what I mean? So your arms might be shaking, might get to 90, but then you have to hold it there. So it's like, yes, the process getting there is harder, but imagine just trying to stay at that point, stay at the mountaintop. You know what I mean? So long story short, man, life is not just about being consistent, about going, but also just trying to maintain too.
Yeah. Everything you are saying is great, bro. I'm just really taking it all in.
Oh,
Put that on a t-shirt,
man. Khalid new slogan.
Man.
It's forever slogan. Man, that's really good.
I'm just taking it all out.
Hey, man. People got to take heed, man. I don't know why when y'all were talking about, being a prisoner of the mind, it just reminded me of a question that I get asked all the time, which is, why do so many people convert to Islam when they go to prison?
I would like to know.
No, I would like to. What's your stat on there, brother?
We got the obvious reason. Some people just do it for protection.
Protection,
you know
that's
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying.
But for the people who do it and actually stick with it, I know a few people who have. When you find yourself in a set of circumstances where your freedom is taken away from you, you're forced to think about your life and your life decisions. But when we're outside, we are kind of prisoners of the mind, and we're prisoners of our circumstances. And a lot of people don't even realize it, because we're constantly trying to get to that next thing, that next goal. People have FOMO, fear of missing out. They're not really taking time to sit with themselves. And I find there's one person in particular I'm thinking of that went to prison, converted to Islam, and came out and completely changed his life around, bro. And it's like, Islam has a lot of the solutions to our problems that we have in our lives, especially just taking time to sit with yourself and think and reflect on your life. Like people say all the time, bro, praying 5 times a day is a lot. And I promise you, it's really not. But compared to everything else, some people don't ever pray. So it's like praying 5 times a day is like extreme to them. But in reality, bro, it probably takes up all but maybe 10 minutes of our day in total, of all the prayers together. And in these moments that we're praying, obviously, we're praying to God, but we're reflecting on our lives, and we're asking God to guide us and to help us with the things that we have going on. And so it forces you to really think about, what do I need? What am I looking for? What am I striving for? What do I want to achieve in life? And I find that if people would just kind of take time to sit and think about what it is that they're trying to achieve, the things that they want to get better in their life, and create some kind of system to put in place to do that, it would be a lot easier. And one of you said something, I can't remember exactly what it was now, but it was something to the effect of just doing it, just going, right? And that's something I've been implementing lately. There are things that I want to get into outside of trucking that I don't know anybody personally that's ever done it. And so for the last couple of weeks, I've just been doing it, just putting my best foot forward. I haven't seen the results of it yet, but I've just been putting the action behind it. You know what I'm saying? Day by day. It's, I'll talk about it in detail later on when something actually comes into fruition. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that I've been nervous about getting into because it's, uncharted waters for me. It's something new, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I would dabble in it and then leave it, dabble in it and then leave it.
That boy done created OnlyFans. I knew Khalid was gonna come out today and tell us some bullshit, man. Hey, man. Nah, man. Damn. Congratulations, bro. Hey, man. I ain't gonna be no subscriber, but congratulations.
Hey, man.
Got the little blur underneath your toes. You want to see Mo? That'd be $15.
Go check that link tree in the bottom.
That boy got that Facebook CDN dot.
Oh, y'all
he got
stupid,
that CDN dot.
But
Hey,
man, just
got them on the carpet, bro. Coming in there, bro.
Hey, man. On $1 million, you know what I'm saying? But nah, just, putting your best foot forward and, striving every day to get into those fields that you might be a little bit nervous about. You might not see the results right off the bat, but, every day just applying yourself. And the reason I bring that up is, when we talk about being a prisoner of the mind, sometimes we're just a prisoner to our lack of action. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep, bro.
And so we get trapped in our mind. Yeah, that was off the top. That's free.
Let's go, man.
I'm about to have you freestyle for the man. Hey, man, Khalid been here rapping now.
Yeah, I do this, man. But yeah, man, you could become a prisoner of your mind just because of your lack of action. Those self-doubt start to creep in. Insecurity starts to creep in, just because you've thought about doing X, Y, and Z for so long, but haven't actually stepped into it, haven't actually tried. And because of that, you're just talking yourself out of getting to that next level, and you're programming yourself, basically. You know what I'm saying? You're programming yourself to be a prisoner. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that one, bro.
Yeah, that prisoner mind. That's why even just being on the cell phone, bro. It's just like it's too much. Like you subconsciously comparing yourself to others, especially if you see somebody around the same age as you, and you trying to figure out why you can't get it done and they can. And God daggone well, them people don't put in half the work you put in, and so it's like, how are you? Then you look a few months later, they ask on there for scamming and everything else. And you're like, damn, bro, I was just about to hit you up.
No, you're right. Yeah.
But I learned, too, throughout my journey, all the stuff that I've been trying to do, and the door kept shutting, and I kept forcing it. Yeah. I used to think, like, I ain't trying hard enough. Mm-hmm. But now at this age, I'm like, oh, shit, if that door shut down, that ain't for me. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, I'm going to start this, I'm going to do that, woo-de-woo-de-woo, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I know, I hit the road, I hopped off in somebody's truck. I was in that shit for about a month. Mm-hmm. Then I come home, hey, man, I'm moving, y'all. What? Yeah. What you mean you moving? I say, hey, man, hey, it's with, I'm on my right path.
Yeah.
I just got me a little sailboat. I ain't even got no motor on it. I'm just letting the wind blow me where I need to go.
Yeah. So,
float on.
And I feel like when it comes to knowing what you want and praying to God and telling him what you want and what you've asked for, it's like certain doors are going to remain closed. And I'm going back to what I was saying in terms of the what you know and then what you want. Because I've been trying to, apply for certain stuff that I know I can do. I know it'll bring money in, but all my doors are being closed. Like there's no offers, there's no nothing. But when it comes to the things I want to do and the networking and connections I've already made, stuff's happening. You know what I mean? So, but I think it's more of a battle between want and peace versus not want and monetary things, right? And I know that if I continue to use my talents and skills towards the things that I want and things that give me peace, the money's going to come.
Oh, for sure.
That's nothing I have to worry about, right? So I feel like when it comes to things that you're pursuing, if a door is going to be closed, don't go back and try to open it up. It's going to be closed. Like, that's not for you. But if you are walking in a direction and stuff that you've asked for, stuff that you have worked for, that's another thing that you said. It's like, the stuff I was doing between 19 and 28 has prepared me for what I'm going through right now. Sure. And like if hindsight was 2020, I would know that. But back then, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna just do it anyway. And now I'm saying that everything I prepped for back then is preparing me for what I'm going through right now in this transition. We're circling back to the transition thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I just feel that certain doors are going to remain closed because that's not what is for you. Other doors are going to open for you without you even asking for them to be open. It'll be like the doors at Kroger and Walmart just going to open up.
Right.
There's no handle, no nothing. Just going to walk in and the door's going to open up for you. You know what I mean? Exactly what I'm saying. So I just feel that those opportunities to continue to move on, go forward and be consistent in that. Because a lot of people, get that, overnight success, but then they don't want to be consistent with it and keep it going. You know what I mean? So I can make those 50 bands, 60 bands in a week, but how can I keep doing that? Yes, I might slip up, but I'm going to find a way to get back to it. You know what I mean? So just having patience, having faith, man, and believing that the doors are going to be open for you. Won't even have a knob, but I'm just going to open up for you automatically.
That's a true statement, bro.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's what I believe, man. What you think, Khalid?
Man, it's crazy when you just say that, bro, because I was thinking the other day, sometimes when we are trying to get into these new areas of our lives, the most difficult thing is it's really just us holding ourselves back, I was thinking the other day because, I'm trying to transition from working for someone to working for myself.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like, you want this transition to be easy and smooth, but the reality of it is, if you're not applying just as much effort as you put into getting up and going to work a job every day,
talk about it,
you're never going to be successful in this area. You know what I'm saying? And, I said something about creating these systems in your life and just going with it. And so one of the things, just to give an example for people if they don't understand what I mean by that, one of the things that I've been doing lately is just running my life on a schedule just like I would if I was going to work. You know what I'm saying? I get up early in the morning, hop on my computer, and I start doing the work that I'm planning to do. I'm not seeing, a check at the end of the week or in 2 weeks from what I'm doing now, but I'm building it up just to get myself comfortable in this new space that I'm trying to transition to.
Right.
And it's uncomfortable. It's not pleasurable. And there's a verse in the Quran that says, God basically says, perhaps you may hate a thing that's good for you and love a thing that's bad for you. We love comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort is not always going to get you to where you need to be. We hate discomfort. But sometimes that discomfort is necessary in order to get to that next level.
For sure.
And so I just been really reflecting on that lately and trying to apply it to my life. Create these systems in these areas where you're trying to grow. And you'll start seeing the results. They'll start coming. You know what I'm saying? Slowly but surely, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, bro. You ain't saying nothing wrong there, bro. Take your time. And also realize, too, bro, when you're doing it, you got to have something to take care. I think a lot of times we jump in these entrepreneurship or whatever. We jump in head first and we forget the big picture. And it takes time. And I'm looking at a lot of the business endeavors I did. I was like, oh, no, it'll make money. It'll do this and that. And I was like, shit, I should have kept this going over here. Made sure that was solid.
Yeah.
So then I can enjoy the process of watching this new seed that I planted actually grow and go through its good times and its bad times and not being like, okay, I need more fertilizer. I need it to grow faster than what it's supposed to grow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just taking your time, bro. Like, we got time.
Yeah.
We got time. Like, certain stuff you don't got time. Like, as far as like with your babies and stuff, like, yeah, you gotta be very intentional with everything, but it's just certain things that's gonna take more attention than others. Yeah. You gotta be okay with that. And then, you know what I'm saying, your non-negotiables.
Yeah.
But that shit that you doing, putting together a business plan, okay, y'all, I put together 2 pieces this week. Yeah. It ain't got to be done by Friday. Because you might not see everything that you need by Friday.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to do some research, take your time. And discover, like, even me, like, I done did some stuff. I was like, man, this is a bonehead decision. Like, I could have took another 3-4 weeks and just planned this out better.
Yeah.
Just scoped out the area better and did X, Y, and Z, and this thing would have been 10 times better. But since I rushed it, now I got a rush product, and now I want everybody else to rush and come do what I need Tim to do because of my expectations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Great topic of discussion, man. With the transition piece, I think that kind of hits all of our lives. I want to just pick it back off what you said to close out. In terms of just preparation, talking about how you're preparing to be, working for yourself the way you work for a company, the same exact way. So I think a lot of people think it's going to be easier not being on somebody else's time, but all the people I know are entrepreneurs. It's like you work 10 times as harder. You know what I mean? So,
Yes, sir.
Just sitting on preparation, hitting on strategy, hitting on research, seeing what your competition is doing, see those who are doing exactly what you want to do, network with them, step outside the box, get uncomfortable. Discomfort does suck. But something like change is always inevitable. So you got to be able to adapt and also be able to evolve. So being uncomfortable, yes, it sucks, but with uncomfortability comes growth. You know what I mean? So it comes with growth, man. You get to meet new people, build new relationships, and it's the who you know that gets you in the building. It's the what you know that keeps you inside the building. Mm-hmm. So make sure that you're reaching out to people, network, you connect, shake hands, kiss babies, whatever you have to do to get to the next step, but you have to get uncomfortable. So definitely hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Please share to anybody else that needs to kind of hear this type of message. If you like this message, leave a comment and talk to us.
Subscribe.
Absolutely, for sure. But that's my little piece. Go ahead, big dog.
Oh, no, man. I was just going to say cancel ego. I was a big ego guy because I've done a lot of stuff on my own. I can't lie. I have done a lot of stuff on my own.
Me too. Yeah.
But this part of transition has came from a family, old teammates, wife, mother, cousin, who have helped me mold a new perspective of life. And don't be afraid to ask for help, man. You're not no less of a man because or woman. I mean, anybody. We got to let go of this thing in life where we think we self-made because it's impossible. Mm-hmm. You're going to need somebody to do something, bro. It don't matter. Okay, yeah, you created that system, but you got to have somebody to run that system so you can still be successful.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So you need a playbook to even get the normal human or the superhuman to even AI or whatever. You still have to put in that work to be able to put it in human-like.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Human-like situations so they can still run itself on the daily.
Yeah.
And just take your time, man. Like, we look at so much shit online that we compare ourselves to, and we want this, we want that, we want this. And it's like, bro, you done bogged yourself down to the point where you paralysis by analysis because now you can't even function because you just got too much
stuff.
Yeah, bro. And it's just like, you only need one or two things to focus on, bro. Mm-hmm. Then after you accomplish them one or two things, because sometimes 1 and 2 got so much of the subsidiaries in them that you ain't know nothing about, that's going to create your 4, 5, 6, and 7.
For sure.
Before you even get to 4, 5, 6, and 7. And a lot of times, man, we just be jumping. I got to get this. I got to do that. Man, listen, I'm here to tell you, be where your feet at and understand what you're going through in that moment. Articulate it so you can attack it.
Yeah. Because
like you said, we got all these damn goals, but it's like all you doing is just checking the box. Like, we got to stop checking the box. Yeah. I'm cool with checking the box. Like, bro, I hate going through my phone and scrolling and knowing that I had a moment that I was not there present. I was not present. And I can't even tell you anything about the event except I took a picture. Like, that ain't no way to live, bro. It ain't no way to live. And I think we live in this world so much of comparison, bro. Like, I don't want to compare myself to shit. Like, I'm Kurt, I'm CG. I got my alter egos, and depending on what day it is, that's who I'm gonna be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's his life. But I'm learning to just really and enjoy what I have and indulging in what I have, because at the end of the day, I done had the cars, I done had the houses, I done took trips, I done went wherever I wanted, I done flew people here, I done brought people this, I done did that, and don't none of that stuff amount to what I'm building now. And that's a solid foundation.
That's a word.
When them high highs don't be as high, and some of my low lows ain't low, Bro, I'm sitting right there in the middle because I got a strong foundation.
What's up? Like that.
Brother Khalid, hit him with something. Come in on your carpet.
Yeah. Man, I don't really have a whole lot of, words of wisdom to close it out, but I do want to talk real quick just about a little series that I'm doing on my Facebook every Sunday. I just did the first one this week, but it kind of touches on some of the things that we've been talking about. I've started a series. I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but I'm going to be going live on Facebook. So I'll drop my link in the description for those who are interested. But I'm going to be going through all the information that I can give from step A to wherever we end up on how do we approach understanding what's true in terms of religion. Because I find that a lot of people, we get online sometimes and we want to debate about what's true in terms of this religion or that religion. And there's so many underlying issues that we have going on in our lives that are misleading us to adopt certain things or believe certain things. Mm-hmm. And so the first little episode that I did was just talking about how a lot of times we are serving so many things that aren't serving us. It's taking us away from even being able to build a relationship with God in the first place. And so we've touched on some of that in this episode, just dedicating yourself to all of these different things. You're stretched too thin. And so you can't focus on being appreciative of your family and what you have and where you are. And that is stopping you from being able to reflect and be appreciative of what God has given you, blessed you with, and revealed to mankind. So I'm touching on many of the underlying issues that go into this. And then, in future episodes, we'll get a little more technical about the religious scriptures and how we approach them and all of that type of stuff. So if that's something that you're interested in, man, go click the link in the bio. I'll make sure that it's available for everybody. I'll be going live, and anybody who wants to come up and chit chat with me, what I'm saying, we can chop it up. So that being said, man, I think it's been a great episode.
Yes,
a lot of things everybody can reflect on and relate to. So, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was just about to, you said something too that's triggered something else in me. Don't neglect yourself trying to be the prize for everybody else.
Ooh.
Because don't none of this shit go if you don't go. And what I mean by that, the information, your physical, your mental, your financial, if you don't go take care of yourself, and that's one thing I had to learn too, bro. I started taking care of myself, and I swear my household got 10 times better. Yeah. It's just certain stuff I don't even entertain no more. Like, no, I'm not doing it. No. Mm-mm. Bro, you don't never, no, I don't have to.
Right.
No. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned how to put myself first, and these are my non-negotiables. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain stuff I ain't doing no more. Don't care to do it. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care whose feelings is hurting. I know at the end of the day, Kurt gonna have to deal with that. Mm-hmm. Not Kurt and everybody else. If I sign my name to it, anybody, Kurt, Felicia, whoever it may be, Maya, I don't give a damn what your name is. Just understand that you gotta put yourself first, bro. Ladies and males. And I'm talking selfishly too. Sometimes, bro, like, hey, I want to talk to my wife in the morning every day. That's our thing. But sometimes I need 30 minutes not to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
And if she cops an attitude about that, then hey, you don't understand who you got, what you being, or what you dealing with. And if I call her back and she's busy, okay, we'll wait till lunch.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we got to have that time as humans to not put ourselves in working roles so fast that it conflicts with our learning roles.
Come on. Yeah.
And being in peace role, So yeah, that's my last 2 cents. But you triggered. You said it, so you triggered me.
Hey man, it's a good spot to close it out.
Absolutely, man. Good word, bro.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, chopping it up with us.
Yeah, get that collection plate going down there by Khalid first. You got to put his 20%.
Lock the doors.
Lock 20%.
Y'all heard that? Lock the doors.
Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man.
It's been another episode of The Fold, man.
Here, baby.
Until next time.
Yep.
Love.
Peace.
Oh.